Good morning. We made it. Let me copy the thing to the thing, and so we're going to post this on jollyrogerukulele.com. I'm trying to figure out if I look okay. So I'm hoping I sound okay. Whoever's the first one in will let us know. I'm going to go post our link on the website. Control V, Shift, link, update. Oops. Didn't do that right. Didn't make it post as a link. Hold on. Website is mammothgardens.com. It is it used to be my personal website, then it became my store website, then it became my personal website, and now it is mostly a Harmonica website. So we will be making some adjustments to that over time probably, but at the moment, it's really all about Harmonica, isn't it? Let's see. Fascinating. Let's see. I gotta change specific friends. Story. Specific friends. Oh, only me. I'm gonna try posting this on Facebook to only me to see what actually shows up. So only me. Story, friends, only me, newsfeed. All right, it's going to post it there. All right, so we'll post it on my Facebook and see what it thinks it's doing. Hey, Sandy, sound is good. Can sort of read your whiteboard. I know. I'll talk about the whiteboard here in a minute. My initial idea was a failure, which is typical, right? Yeah, 34 degrees up in Upper Michigan. Glad you're here, Sandy. Thank you. Sound is good. Writing is small. Yes. I know it's a mess. I will tell you what you need to know. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Good morning, Fran. Fran, I've been looking at those fires in Southern California. They're nowhere near you, I am hoping, right? Please tell me that you're far, far away from those flames. We know a little bit about fire here in Colorado right now, and I'm devastated to see you guys are having to deal with what we were dealing with as well down there. Brutal, probably super. Well, you're so much more populated there. It's even more frightening than what we got going on here, which is hard to believe. So I hope you're okay. Lindy in this morning. Good morning to you. Ellen, happy Tuesday. Sound is good. 69 and sunny in beautiful Ecuador. Not fair. Ellen, we're sending winter your way-ish, but you don't really get winter there. So yeah, just played another round of disc golf this morning. See, Evelyn gets up, gets things done, comes on in here, knocks out a little harmonica, ukulele, guitar, and then she heads on her way. Connie, good morning to you. Connie's been very consistent about attending. Good for you, Connie. Let's see. Melissa's in. Howdy, in from Boulder. Bridget, we decided you were French this week. Brigitte is in from beautiful Florida. Yep, Deb is in from northern Colorado. Good to see you. Right? They're far from here, about 40 minutes on the freeway. Okay, Fran, let's keep it that way, right? Let's make sure they don't go any further. Let's turn the wind off and get some water pouring down on top of California. It's so scary when that stuff comes up out there. Pauline is in. Pauline knows a little bit about fire. She spent all summer breathing horrible smoke up there in the Bay Area. Glad you're in, Pauline. Marianne, howdy do. Marianne's from down south here. Don is in. He's from up north here. So we're all exciting. I wonder how do I figure out how to market to the whole country? Because it seems like we get a lot of people from Colorado and then less and less, right? You guys, hopefully some of you will know how to market. I don't know how to do that. All right. Let's see. Yeah, beautiful morning today here in Denver. We are having a sunny day. I'm in downtown, so it always looks a tiny bit hazy because of pollution, but not super bad out there. And I think we're supposed to get up to 40 today, so the snow will melt. The little bit of snow we got downtown, out on the west side, they got a little bit more, so they'll probably be fine. I'll talk about this in just a minute, and I know you can't read it, so I'm learning how to do that next. Let's see. Nick, I saw you listening. Oh, am I in Ukulele Magazine? Good. That's I need to be. I'm thinking I'm gonna take an ad out in Ukulele Magazine. A lot of people. I don't. I get one magazine. It's called Pianist Magazine, and what I do is I get it and I put it on the shelf. That's what I do. So I'm not a big magazine guy. Well, that's not true. We also get this magazine that comes from the Teachers Association, which again, I get it. I don't even open it. I just put it on the shelf. So that's what I do with magazines. And so but I do know a lot of people look at that ukulele magazine. So I'm going to try to see if it's something that would make sense for the ukulele stuff. Harmonica, the only organization I know is it's called SPA. I don't even know what it stands for. Something, Society of Playing Awesome Harmonica. And I don't know if they have a magazine or I guess, I don't know, maybe harmonica people hang out in that. I don't think the average person is reading a harmonica magazine though. So I don't know how to let the average person know that we're doing this. Facebook is probably one way, right? Let's see. Lindy says, I've been promoting you anytime I can on my ukulele groups and Facebook page. Thank you, Lindy. That's wonderful. Yeah, what we're doing is free, right? If you want to do the upper end stuff, I mean, we do have one track for members only, which is actually pretty exciting and pretty fun. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what we're doing going forward. But so far, Harmonica is 100%. It's gratis, right? So delightful to have you all hopefully getting where your lungs are feeling better and you're getting stronger. Marcia's here. New bird. Oh, and she got bird feeders. Yeah, right. When I lived out on the west side and we had all these bird feeders, we had lots of birds and they would, we had a big garden and all this stuff. That and the big oak tree that I planted are the only two things I miss about owning a yard. Birds and trees. Everything else in a yard requires maintenance and work, and I didn't like any of it. So I'm too lazy for that sort of thing. I read the online magazines, not paper. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, I'm delighted that I did. When the pandemic first started, they asked everybody, hey, if you're doing something online, let us know. And so I sent in a thing, and I'm delighted it's on there. So that makes me happy. Morning, Kat. Just listening in this morning. She's got people in the immediate area, and they will fight her if she tries to play harmonica. My poor cat has decided he is not into harmonica whatsoever, so he is as far away on the other side of the house as possible. Q is in. Beautiful, crisp fall day in the San Francisco Bay. Beautiful. Glad you're here, Q. Gabriel, I can read your board just fine. Oh, Mary. Oh, okay. So I'm going to talk about that right now. Hey, Jack. Welcome in. Aloha from Illinois. Brigitte. I'm telling everyone to come join the class for breathing benefits. Yeah, right. And a lot of you guys know. Well, you may not know, but it's at least a little bit, a small number of respiratory therapists are using this as another way to help people work on their breathing activities. Because as you have known, this really helps you. You'll notice where you run into challenges when you're playing harmonica is you get too much air inside of your lungs, right? And so you're constantly in this, oh God, I'm going to explode. And blowing the air out. And that's actually, as I understand, I don't know anything about respiratory therapy, but I understand it's good for you. And so, I've been thinking, gosh, if all the respiratory therapists knew that every single day for 1 hour, their patients could come and hang out with us and get where they could play on top of spaghetti, they would be like, I'm going to let people know about that. Okay, so yeah, thanks, Brigitte. I appreciate it, Marcia. You could start a digital harmonica. I could start a digital. This is the digital harmonica magazine. You're in it right now. You are it. You guys are it. You're the digital harmonica magazine, as far as I know. I don't know. Maybe there's one out there. I don't know. Let's see. Diane, good morning to you. We had to restart. Barbara's back in for day 2. All right. So now we can start picking on Barbara. Barbara picks on me. I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm much better at dishing it out than I am at taking it. Let's see. Q, when you had birds and feeders, did you have squirrels that stole all the stuff? Yeah. That's part of the fun. Absolutely. We had squirrels, we had raccoons, and when you have squirrels and raccoons, you then get coyotes, which was always very exciting to look out in the backyard and there's a coyote and you're like, or a fox, and you're like, well, I guess we don't need to go out in the backyard for a little while. Coyotes usually scare off. Foxes not. Foxes hang out. They're like, yeah, whatever. Come on, bring it on, dude. But yeah, we had raccoon. The cutest one, we had a raccoon move into the backyard one year, burrowed in under the shed, set up shop in there. And then one night when I was out, I heard all this noise, thought I had somebody messing around in the backyard. I go out and there are 4 baby raccoons up in the oak tree staring right at me. And I flashed a light on them. And of course their eyes light up. And so there was 8 little eyeballs staring at me. It was awesome. I've had living in Colorado, and you guys probably have the same thing where you live, but here in Colorado, we got a lot of raccoons, and it's just very normal to run into them. And back in college, I was going home, and back in those days, I was led a quite different life, and I lived in a boarding house in college, and there was this kind of weird path that went through this very forested area to get to the boarding house. And I walked by one night, and I'm walking by, and I suddenly feel something on a tree right next to me, and it's a raccoon, huge. Now, I guess when it's right there, it doesn't matter how big it is. It seems huge, but it was a pretty up in Boulder. They get some serious raccoons, and it was right there. And I looked at it, and it looked at me, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep going. Please don't do anything. And I walked right past him, and it was like, this far from my face. So yeah, he was scary. Yeah, but part of the fun of bird feeders is squirrels, right? You got to figure out how to chase the squirrels off without chasing the birds off. Christina's in from Bozeman, 34 degrees up there today. Glad to be back. Missed you yesterday. Oh, you missed yesterday's class. No, went dry and had to. Oh goodness, the well went dry. The whale went dry. Hey, there's a song. Isn't there songs about that? Oh my gosh, that's kind of scary. Hey, let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. Number one, you have brushed your teeth. Number 2, you have washed your hands. Okay. Number 3, you're going to drink plenty of water during this performance. And remember, the first sip of water, you swish out your mouth and swallow it and get all of the last of the junk out of there. Kind of gross. It's what we do. Next up, sit up tall and pretty. Make sure you're using your bellows. You're breathing from your belly. I'm getting a bigger and bigger belly through the pandemic. So hopefully helping move the air. Don't breathe from your neck. You're going to pucker up and use your kissing muscles to try to get a clean single tone out of your ukulele, out of your harmonica, instead of. That sounds lovely, but it's not what we work on when we're working on melody. Between every note, say have your tongue hit the roof of your mouth. T, t, t. So every single note, t, t, t. And cup the harmonica with both hands like this. This is here. Remember to move your harmonica and not your face back and forth. And finally, when it comes to the sheet music, we're going to start on the diatonic notes in C. We'll go down to the A minor scale. If it has a minus sign in front of it, that means you're going to draw the air in. And if it doesn't have a minus sign, you're going to blow out. And that's how you're going to make beautiful music. You're going to change the world one harmonica at a time. Guys, order harmonicas for your entire family as Christmas stocking stuffers. They will love it. Let's see. Do you know how to chase squirrels off? No, I don't actually. That's funny. They have the feeders that spin them around, right? Those are kind of fun, but they still get on them. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you guys have a better idea. It's been too long since I had a place. I don't remember all the things we did to keep the squirrels away. I think at one point we're just like, well, I guess we're feeding squirrels and birds. Good morning. Crops are all harvested, so you can see the critters out running around. Oh, nice. John, I forget, John's an actual farmer, like a real live farmer. So not kidding around farmer, not wear a hat down to the drugstore kind of farmer, but a real one, right? So that's exciting. Good for you, John. All the crops are in, ready for winter. Winter is long, right? Okay. By the way, you can't read it. I didn't have any fat markers. I do over at the shop. So this afternoon I'm going to run over to the shop. I just had the skinny markers. So you can't really read it. But here is day 1 of music theory lessons. I'm going to give it to you guys as well as the ukulele and guitarist. Your job is to draw a blank clef, and your job is to now say, what kind of clef is that? Think, 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 think. Your job is to draw this without looking at a reference. And you will find, if you've never done it, the first few tries don't go so well. So your job tonight is to learn to draw the treble clef. Okay, don't look at anything. Learn to draw it first, and then and when you finally get a good one, okay, then you are officially a musician. You can order the tea towel and the coffee mug with a treble clef up. Not supposed to tell you. So the name of this, it has two names, okay? And on harmonica, the one you actually play on also has a little figure 8 up here. So you guys actually have 3 names for the clef that you're going to be working off of. And so your job is to, number one, tomorrow we'll talk about the name of it, and then you will have drawn it, and you will be able to speak to what type of clef we play in harmonica. Let's start on the A minor scale. Squirrel, we're talking squirrels over here. Yeah. All right. So that's your job today, music theory wise. Get the scale and get your clef figured out. All right. We're going to start on the A minor scale. You want to start with the draw 6. We'll play to the end of the A minor scale. Go back and play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Warms up the upper end of the harmonica. Now let's do the C major scale. Same story. 1, 2, ready, play. Very good. Feels good. Gets our day going off correctly, hopefully. Next is, today is Tuesday. We're going to play Ode to Joy. Let's go to Ode to Joy, please. I haven't played this in a while. I didn't warm up on it, so I don't know what I'm going to find in the middle of this. I'm hoping it goes well. Remember, you're playing legit, honest-to-God Beethoven, and so you are a pretty serious musician here. Let's see, we got tons of yucky stuff going on in my real life. All right, Ode to Joy, 4-beat count in. Let's play it 2 times through. 1, 2, and blow 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that 7 and you're like, oh God, I'm either going to do it perfect or I'm going to totally blow it. All right. Let's see. All right. Next is, what are we playing next? I mean, we've got to push through today. Oh, yeah. You Are My Sunshine. Every day. You Are My Sunshine. I want you to have this memorized at some point. Okay. 4 beat counting, 1 beat rest. Below 3, 2 times through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Beautiful, 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 beautiful way to start our day. All right, let's go to, let's play them in reverse order on the diatonic. Let's go to On Top of Spaghetti. On Top of Spaghetti, please. OPQ on OPQ, Ode to Joy. Goes right before Puff, doesn't it? I finally got my sheet music 3-hole punched. I feel very excited about the prospects for the rest of the day going very, very well. On Top of Spaghetti, I punched it on the wrong side. All right, so that's not so good. That's okay. We can live with that. Maybe we'll add some decoration to it. All right, On Top of Spaghetti, it was new to you yesterday. And remember, 2 beat count in, below 4 to get started. Let's just play it through twice. It's a shorter song. Let's just play it through twice and see how we do. And remember, it's a song of hope. 1. That joke will stop being funny at some point to me, but not today. 1, 2. Oh, 2 beat counting. 1, 2. We'll start playing that one a few more times through, but it goes into our sort of easier tunes, right? So you're kind of keeping a list of songs that go easily. Our morning warm-up songs are all those. Here's another public domain song that's just pretty easy to play, and sticks right in this little area here, which is lovely. Should be able to work on your tone on these easier songs, right? When we get draw 10s and that stuff, getting your tone is going to be a bit of a panic, right? Because you're just hoping to get a note at all. But when you're working on tone, my suggestions are, 1, the further into your mouth the harmonica is, the better, because that just is going to give you a lot more air pressure overall on your reeds, and they're going to just sound a little fuller and a little better. So if you're still working on getting an individual note, obviously you're way puckered up and you get kind of a thin sound. But as you get a little more comfortable with this and you start to learn how to work your kissing muscles a little better to help direct airflow, you can actually put the harmonica further in time. Further into your mouth, and that way you just get a little bit better overall tone. And it's a hilarious joke, Brigitte. Brigitte and I have the same sense of humor. I tell her that every day. Brigitte, laugh at my jokes, okay? And then as you work on your tone, you start to want to shape the notes a little bit. On top of spaghetti, right? And so you're thinking about a little extra pressure through that hole and then back off a little bit. And you start getting those nice round notes that, really great harmonica players, that's what they do is they're creating the note, but they're creating it in not just the note, but rather getting a nice round feeling around the note. Part of that's just emotional and part of that is for real. But I think a relatively easier tune is a great opportunity to just focus in on how pretty can I make each of these notes. I know I can play all the notes. Notes aren't going anywhere. They're all sort of next to each other. So what can I do to slow it down, get this really big, beautiful round tone out of it? And on stringed instruments, we just put new strings on and then we sound better. But on this instrument, you actually have to manipulate it with your airflow and the way you're attacking each note within the harmonica. And so it gives you a chance to mess around with that. And it also gets you to an opportunity to play music about spaghetti, which is never a bad thing. All right, next up, let's play Buffalo Gals. Buffalo Gals, very old-fashioned tune, and it's really, I guess these days it's one of these songs where you probably, I don't know, you play it in class because it's nice and helpful, but it's not necessarily a song that I would be able to subscribe to as being great music anymore. You know how times change. But it's super fun. You can put in your own town there. Denver Gals, won't you come out tonight? Or Cuenca Gals, won't you come? Or in Evelyn's case, be Cuenca fellas, won't you come out tonight? Cuenca, what's the Spanish word for men? Hombres. Cuenca hombres, won't you come out tonight? Turn it into a Spanish tune. All right, Buffalo Gals. And we'll go. This one's supposed to be a little bit on the fast side. And dun 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 dun. So grab onto your harmonica and hold on for the ride. And let's see if we can get it done. Okay. All right. From the top, 3-beat count it. Blow 3, blow 6. Sorry, no, we're not playing ukulele. Blow 6. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Whoa, that was fast. I kept first time through. I'm like, whoops, right? And you ever play like that where you're like, oh god, I'm supposed to be drawing when I'm blowing, and I'm supposed to be on the next hole over. That's the fun part about practicing a song. Pushing the tempo a little bit. You start being like. Basically working on your sight reading a little bit, right? Hey, I got to go a little faster. I got to be a little bit more on my game. Got to stay focused and not, that way we're not playing along going, I wonder if two Labradors really does keep this squirrel away, or wonder how John's soybean crop came in this semester, So could I play measure 6 to 8 again? Actually, not too bad. 6 to 8, measure 6. Yeah. So let's see. Her feet took up the -6. Okay, so they're all quarter notes, Marcia, so nothing fancy in there. The measure that's fancy is measure 5, because sometimes you play the eighth notes and sometimes you just treat them as quarter notes depending on what the lyrics are happening. So the first time through measure 5, it's pretty little gal I, but the second time through, which is what I played, was feet took up the whole sidewalk. And then the third time through, it's thought that I might. And then the last time, it's a mixture of the two. Danced with the gal with the. So you've got to adjust those a little bit to get the correct number of blows or draws. They're all blows in that one. The correct number to match the lyrics, right? And so it sometimes matters if you're in a group of people that know how the song goes and know the lyrics, you'll want to blow and draw the correct number of syllables. And the only way to have written this out properly would have been to go to 6 pages, 5 pages, and it's really not that type of song, right? So pay attention to that. But yeah, measure 6 through 8, they're all quarter notes except for measure 8, which is a whole note. And again, I think, guys, when you hit a whole note, you probably in your head need to go 2, 2, 3, 4, and then move on, because you'll come in too early otherwise. We don't give whole notes. We're like, oh, I'm just blowing with this one long note. I got to jump in there and start playing the next note, and we come in too early. And it's very common when you're playing from tablature that you are busy. Well, I played that 4, and now I got to move on to the 7, so I'm going to get ready to go, and we come in too early. When you're actually reading standard notation, you do that a little bit less, because you're like, okay, that's a C note, that's a 4 beats, so I'm going to hold that. And so I notice when I'm reading from standard notation, I do a lot less poor job of playing in correct timing. So hopefully that's helpful, Marcia. And not too bad. When you play on your own, you're not around. How can I accustom my ear to knowing if I'm blowing 4 or a 6 or a 7 to start? It's a great question, Q. So Lindy's suggestion is very legitimate. This is why I tell you to wash your hands, because when I started, I would be like, all right, I'm gonna blow 4, and I'd line my finger up on the 4, and then I stick it around. Okay, so it's to actually physically stick my finger in my face to get started. That's a legitimate way to get started. I have no problem with you doing that. You will stop doing that eventually. The second way is Lindy's idea. Is I go, okay, I'm gonna put I'm gonna do a gross thing here. And the problem with that is by the time your tongue actually hits it, you can't see where you're at. Okay, there's that. The real answer, however, there is a real answer. The real answer is that you're going to use your ear, right? This sounds very different than this. Sounds very different than this. All of those tones you just need to pay attention to. And so it's happened here on these broadcasts sometimes where I will start on the wrong hole and about 3 notes in, I'm like, oh crud, I'm on the wrong hole, and I got to make some minor adjustment. Your ear will get better. I think just patience is one of those things. And the other thing is, if you start on the wrong hole, it won't be very many notes before you realize you are definitely not getting the melody out of your instrument. And so I would say, at least in the beginning, line it up with your finger or your tongue. The Gary's method or Lindy's method. I've used both of those methods. But then over time, especially with the scale, learn what. Oh, I started on the 3. That's not going to work. How about I start on the 4? Oh, now it works, right? And so you just want to get used to, hey, whatever my opening note is, I want to make sure that my ear is listening and I can hear where we're starting from. So it's kind of very kind of a non-answer answer is be patient and listen. And I think that there will come a point when you're like, you'll know if you're blowing in 4 instead of 3 or whatever. When I'm holding my harmonica, my middle knuckle is right about the 4th hole. Oh, okay. So Kat's kind of putting it in like this, and then her knuckle, right there, is showing up about where the 4th hole is. Okay, that's brilliant, right? That's a brilliant idea. See, Kat has a PhD. I don't know if you guys know this. I have not a PhD. And so she's like, you know what? This is going to pretty much always be right there. So I can take my knuckle, line it up with hole 4. Yeah, we may have to put that on the smart things to do to get started playing harmonica. That way, that means, look at there, my other knuckles lining up about 7. That's helpful, right? Those are both C's. Aha, aha. All right. My PhD training knuckles in harmonica. See, that's the problem with higher education is they'll give you a PhD and you don't need to know anything about harmonica in order to get one. Nothing. That's what I'm here for, is to fill in those gaps that higher education just doesn't. They don't even care about it. They're just like, whatever. All right. Thank you, Kat. That's a super smart idea. Use your knuckle. Put it above fret 4, hole 4. You'll never miss it again. We have solved harmonica. I've played along with the MP3s. John, that's right. That's another really good idea. Use those MP3s. Try playing with them. One, that'll clean up your tempo problems for sure. The problem with playing with me is I adjust the tempo quite a bit to get the music out of it, but the MP3s don't. They're like, little gals, won't you come out tonight? And so all of a sudden you have to play along with them. And you'll know if you're playing in the wrong key against the MP3s because you'll be playing one note and the MP3 will be giving you a different note. You're like, oh, I'm on the wrong hole. So that's another great idea, right? So those MP3s are really used as backing tracks, and most serious musicians at some point spend a significant amount of time playing along to the records, how guitarists used to just sit in the basement and play the record over and over, and they'd play through the whole album and then they'd go back and do it again. It's a great way to teach yourself proper timing and not giving up when you miss a note type thing. So, all right. So I'm delighted with Kat's suggestion. Use your knuckle to find hole 4. And for me, it's also then hole 7. Very good. Beautiful. It depends on how far apart your knuckles are as to what you're going to get out of that. Very beautiful. Nice idea. All right, let's play All My Loving. Look at how smart we're getting. We're taking too much time on this stuff. All My Loving, play it as written. We played it all last week. The repeats are the hard part on this song. Otherwise, not too bad. From the top, one time through, blow or draw 5 in a 2-beat count-in. 1. Whoops, where's my 5? 1, 2. Whew, that feels nervous the whole time. I'm like, oh gosh, hope I get the repeats right. All right, beautiful. Diatonic folks, you are all set. You can sneak out the back door. Don't forget, you're working on memorizing how to draw this. This is important. There's two things about this well, there's three names for this for harmonica players, and there's one thing missing on here. And so for harmonica players, give yourself a little bit of thought and get where you can really draw this. And then tomorrow we'll talk about it's three different names, and we will talk about what will turn it into a harmonica thing for you. And off you go. Have a wonderful day. I will see all of you soon. Chromatic people, we have a mess, don't we? All right, I want to start with Hedwig. You have Hedwig because we're doing it as a holiday, Halloween piece for the. Oh, by the way, don't forget you're working on your Drunken Sailors for your practicing your tabbing out things. Okay, so don't forget to be working on that. Next. Hedwig is obviously from Harry Potter. This is a tough piece of music, so just know that I know it is very hard, and I will probably mess it up pretty good myself today. Okay, but when you get songs like this that are very weird and lots of crazy notes, you're going to find lots of jumping around and lots of buttons. Okay, so you're going to be all over this thing, and so don't go fast. And in fact, in the movies, they run it at all different speeds. They run this theme throughout all of 8 episodes of the movie, which was just. Well, they're amazing movies. I every time they're on, I'm like, I'm going to watch that. So I've watched them all about 50 times. But they'll run them, for certain scenes faster and for certain scenes slower and all this. You should start off very slow. We're doing it for Halloween, basically. So that you got about a week to get this thing together. Well, you got 3 days now to get it together. And let's do what we can with it. And then we can talk about whether we want to keep it any further. Harry Potter's not specifically Halloween, but he's a witch, right? And so it makes sense to be working on it right now. All right, let's give it a try, see what happens. Let's just play it one time through, and then we can stop and talk about it, because I would also like to play the other one, which if we have time. So just one time through today, so you can get a sense of what's here. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to start again. I think I got too low, and then there's a Q's question. How do you know when you're on the wrong hole? Because nothing's going well. Let me start again. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I got my one right even one time. All right. I want want to play it one more time because I blew it pretty good. All right. All right, from the top, one more time. The ones are hard to get a hold of. I want to put my thumb underneath there and find my ones. All right, from the top, one more time. It does work. I did play through this a whole bunch of times. It will be cool when you get it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Eventually, at the end, you're going. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that's the idea there. Played through it a few times. Give me some feedback about anything that's going well. This is the hardest piece we've ever played, period. Period. Very, very challenging. Let's talk very quickly about, and it'll probably require you to do some problem solving around it. Let's very quickly talk about Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. Go ahead and open up the Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. This is another one where it jumps all over the place, and this will be the second hardest song we've ever done before. So be patient with yourself on this stuff. And then remember, when you're about ready to throw your harmonica in the trash can, go play Wonderful World. Okay, I am going to get that reposted for you guys with the proper repeats on there, but Wonderful World will make you happy. So we have one pretty easy playable song and two really very difficult songs this week. Okay, all right, let's play Smoke Gets in Your Eye really quickly. All right, it's just one time through anyway, right? There are no repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew, after Hedwig, this was nothing. When I wrote this out initially, I played through it all last week, and I'm like, people are going to yell at me for this one. But actually, after Hedwig, that doesn't feel too bad. So that one's going to be pretty playable. Hedwig, you're probably going to have to work on at home. I'll work on it as well until I make sure that it's exactly what I think it should be. Those 1-2s are really, really challenging in that piece. Maybe I'll move them up an octave or something, but play around with it. Give me any thoughts that you have. The Smoke Gets in Your Eye one is really, if you don't know that song, go listen to it on YouTube a few times. It's really, really a cute song, and it's about another diluted narrator. So one of my favorite things of all time are diluted narrators. All right, Smoke Gets in Your Eye. Hedwig's make your clefs. And keep on, right? Hopefully your lungs are all opened up now, and you're feeling like, gosh, I should go run a marathon. So, guys, thanks for being here. You guys are making this community very fascinating and fun to be a part of. Thick Cat, thanks for solving all of our harmonica problems today, and the rest of you guys have a great day. Don't forget, you're also working on your Drunken Sailors for Friday, and that's what I know. Questions, comments, and concerns. Otherwise, you may sneak out and off to your day. Boy, we're playing a lot of good music. Let's see. Smoke is hard. Sandy, you're right. Smoke is hard. I agree. Right. It's probably, yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Don't worry. I think there was too much smoke in my eyes. I got some lotion in this eye today, and it has a little bit of SPF in there because I had skin cancer one. And so I put my lotion on and got a little in this eye. And this eye's probably all red and weird, and it's all fuzzy. Well, Melissa, yeah, it's a beautiful piece of music, right? It's really, really nice. It's going to sound brilliant once we get it. Have a good day, Sandy. Evelyn, I'll probably see you later, Sandy. Evelyn, good to see you. Thank you. Pauline, thank you. Deb, good to see you. Fran, see you at Tough Uke? Absolutely. Yeah, maybe we just call that class Tough Uke. That's a good idea. Melissa, I'll see you soon. Marcia, thank you for everything except Hedwig. Practice Hedwig. The minute you get it, you'll be like, if you're not a Harry Potter fan, it probably doesn't have the same cachet for you, but it's cool. It's really great music. It's really, really challenging, and it'll be absolutely perfect for this time of year to be playing that. So don't hate Hedwig yet. Give yourself a shot on it. It's going to come around. All right, guys. Yanking the plug. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.